Welcome to the deep dive. This time, we're getting into something really unique. We're unpacking your own personal account of a first meeting, in this lifetime anyway, with a being called Zoran.
Right.
Think of this as like your fast track to understanding what this whole experience was about, pulling out the key insights.
Getting to the heart of it.
Exactly. So our mission today is pretty clear. Let's figure out the main takeaways and the real significance of that first encounter with Zoran based on your notes.
Absolutely. And it's quite a narrative we have here. It touches on some really deep ideas, past life connections, these energetic links. And Zoran himself described as a kind of personification of logos.
Yeah.
It definitely grabs your attention right away, makes you want to look beyond the everyday stuff.
Okay, so let's start right there with logos. Your notes say Zoran describes it as the absolute foundation of creation, like the word or power you hear about in different traditions.
Precisely. But not just static energy. It's called an intelligent vibration.
Yeah.
Almost like the universe singing itself into existence.
Huh. An intelligent vibration.
Yeah. And this meeting, your account says, it wasn't just random. It felt like a reunion, something stretching across different lifetimes.
Wow. Okay, so if the universe is fundamentally this intelligent vibration,
Sure.
how might thinking about that actually change how we see our own challenges or opportunities, even beyond this specific meeting?
That's a really important question, isn't it? If logos is this intelligent underlying energy, it suggests a kind of inherent order, that everything's connected.
Okay.
So the idea of a reunion points towards consciousness, relationships, maybe continuing beyond just one life.
Right.
And what's really powerful is your direct experience here, encountering a facet, a piece of this universal energy.
Right.
It takes logos from being just a concept, an abstract idea. It makes it feel, well, real, personal.
And the setting for this reunion was Phoenix, Arizona, which the name itself, Phoenix, rising from the ashes, I feel symbolic, doesn't it? Rebirth, that kind of thing.
It really does seem fitting. And you didn't just stumble upon this. Friends who sensed some kind of resonance, they actually set up the meeting.
Yeah, that's right.
And Zoran's teaching method, it was unexpected, using toys.
Toy.
Yeah. It sounds like this playful way of teaching was really important, a way to kind of gently bypass our logical, sometimes, let's be honest, overly serious minds.
Sidestep the analysis.
Exactly. Get to a deeper understanding that way. And the mention of Makara, the human channel, that's key too.
Okay, explain that a bit more.
Think of Makara as like a translator or a conduit. Someone allowing energy or information from, let's say, one dimension or level of reality to be understood in ours. In this case, Zoran's wisdom coming through Makara's voice.
Got it. So you arrive late, and at first you're surprised because the voice sounds like someone else, Mafu.
Right, that initial confusion.
But then it clicks. It's Zoran speaking through Makara. But what really jumps out is that immediate, powerful feeling you had, that resonance, just hearing the voice. It wasn't just what was being said. It was like your whole being just recognized something familiar, a vibration.
That initial resonance, it says so much. It suggests recognition that's way deeper than conscious thought.
Yeah.
Like an energy signature you just knew.
Yeah.
And the teaching style using games, and especially laughter, that reinforces this approach. Learning through the heart, not just the head.
Laughter as a teaching tool.
Zoran apparently called laughter a high-frequency vibration, a direct line to the universe's own joy. Which makes you think, how can we, bring more of that high frequency into our own lives? Is it just telling jokes or something deeper?
That's a good point. It feels deeper. And the toys, the stuffed animals, you call them tangible anchors for intangible concepts. That's a great phrase.
It is.
Like that interaction with the orange ball. You were asked to see beyond just the object. And your interpretation, wow, collagen, binding cells, and then zooming out to see it as the life force holding the universe together.
That's quite a leap, isn't it? And Zoran's reaction, laughter, and a knowing blink feels like this strong validation, like, yes, you got it.
Right. It's amazing how a simple ball could trigger such a profound insight. Connecting the tiny, the cellular, to the absolutely vast, the universal.
Exactly. That intuitive jump is really something. And Zoran's response, that nonverbal, yes, it's like an energetic confirmation of that deep understanding clicking inside you.
So that experience obviously created a really strong bond. You felt this instant familiarity, like being best of friends from other times.
Across lifetimes.
Which led you to want a personal chat. And then that meeting was just filled with laughter, too. So much it sounded like a crowd.
Yeah, that detail is fascinating.
But then it got even more intriguing, this shared past. On a planet called Nucleus, in a mystery school focused on energy work, including splitting the atom with the mind.
Whoa. Okay.
That's a pretty intense image. Is that meant literally, do you think? Or is it more symbolic about the power of focused thought, of intention? How do we even interpret that?
That's the million-dollar question, really. Whether splitting the atom with the mind was actual ancient tech or a metaphor for incredible mental focus. Either way, this idea of a shared history on nucleus gives a kind of framework, doesn't it, for why you felt that immediate deep connection with Zoran.
It does provide context, yeah.
This mystery school, focusing on practical energy stuff, suggests you were both involved in exploring things maybe way beyond our current science. And Makara, the channel, being a student there too.
Oh, right.
It just adds another layer to that feeling of resonance, of reunion with everyone involved.
And it wasn't just a one-off feeling. Zoran kept recognizing you later at other seminars. It reinforced that this connection was real, enduring.
Solidifying it.
Then you asked this question about women, not just individuals, but the whole feminine principle, right? As this powerful creative force.
Seeking a deeper understanding there.
And Zoran's answer wasn't just an explanation. It was a prophecy. He said you'd soon meet the women of my dreams. That brings up questions about prophecy itself, doesn't it? Was he just seeing the future? Or maybe sensing something already aligning in your energy?
It feels like maybe a bit of both. Zoran's words weren't just a random prediction. They seemed to tap into a potential that was already forming.
Okay.
Your own focus on understanding that feminine principle probably made you more receptive, more open to recognizing it when it showed up.
Didn't show up, but it did. Quickly, the very next night you dream about Barbara with clear instructions. Get to know her.
Incredible synchronicity.
Then barely a month later you actually meet her at a friend's house, and you recognized her immediately.
Wow.
It's just such a clear sequence. Prophecy, dream, real-life meeting, all lining up.
That alignment is powerful. It shows how different levels, the energetic, the dream world, our everyday physical reality, they can all connect and influence each other. It suggests our inner questions, our intentions, they really can shape what happens externally. And the universe, maybe, responds in ways that confirm those deep connections, maybe even our own quiet expectations.
So Zoran's whole way of teaching, it was built around bypassing the critical mind, using joy, using laughter.
Letting truth sink in subconsciously, yeah.
That analogy about not inspecting your stools, it's definitely memorable, a bit graphic maybe, but it makes the point. Don't overanalyze natural processes, right? That's the intuition.
He presented life less like a constant struggle, which is how many people see it,
Totally.
and more like a fun, kind of humorous, cosmic game. And the laughter you shared wasn't just pleasant, it was the teaching. A direct experience of our natural state, which is joyful.
This idea of a cosmic game, that's really interesting. How does thinking like that actually help when you're dealing with, everyday frustrations, practically speaking?
Well, it's a big shift in perspective, isn't it? If you see challenges as part of a game, maybe you can approach them with less tension, more curiosity.
Like trying to figure out the puzzle instead of fighting it.
Exactly. A lighter touch. Learning from the game instead of feeling crushed by how serious it seems. That laughter with Zoran, it wasn't just a side effect. It was like tasting that effortless joy that Zoran says is our basic nature. Maybe we can tap into that more easily if we adopt that playful view.
So wrapping it up, this first meeting with Zoran, this facet of Logos, it was this really direct hit of the universe's joyful creative side.
A profound experience, clear.
And it acted as a major catalyst for you. Changed things, led directly to meeting Barbara, and that quote is great. The universe does not demand struggle, human. It invites you to dance. And the best dance is always accompanied by laughter.
A wonderful quote.
Now, your notes also mention something practical, this dragon trial. What's that about? How can listeners maybe use that idea?
Right, the dragon trial. It's actually pretty simple, inspired by Zoran's approach.
Yep.
You take a challenge you're facing right now, something causing struggle, and you deliberately try to find something funny in it. Even a tiny bit of humor. Imagine Zoran's big, booming laugh reacting to this problem. Let yourself smile, maybe even chuckle at the absurdity of it all.
Find the humor in the struggle.
Yeah. And just notice how that little shift, that injection of lightness, changes how you feel about the challenge. It can make it seem less heavy, less daunting, maybe even open up new ways to approach it.
Okay, so bringing this all together, this deep dive into your notes on Zoran really shows an encounter with Well, what's described as the basic creative energy of everything.
Glucose.
It highlights how powerful joy and laughter can be, not just for fun, but for learning, for living. It touches on these deep connections across time, and it's a perfect example of prophecy and synchronicity working together.
Definitely a deeply personal story with huge implications for you.
Absolutely. And it leaves us and you, the listener, with something to chew on, doesn't it?
Indeed. Given Zoran's view of life as this joyful dance, this cosmic game, maybe the question is, how can you intentionally bring more laughter, more lightness into your own daily life,
Yeah.
especially when things feel tough?
Yeah.
What small shifts in how you look at things could create more ease, more flow, maybe unlock some unexpected solutions?
That's a great question to sit with. Thank you so much for sharing this account. It's been a truly fascinating deep dive.